I don't know, 7 years ago at this point. And it was built in 1960. And we bought it. We were in New York City for many years. We had two small children and two cats. It was enough. We had to come into this out of the city. We bought this nice house. Everything was great. And the second day, she turned on the washing machine that I assume was there in 1960 when the house was built. And 2 minutes later, the basement was flooded. In about in about
Hey, I'm
5 minutes, there were three
Hey there.
inches of water. I'm sorry, is someone trying to talk?
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
we're good.
so
Thanks.
we're up.
Sorry.
So there I was in a flooded basement, and I quickly realized I had absolutely no idea how to take care of this home, what to do, who to call. I almost called the police because I knew that there could be mold, but I had no idea, none, what to do, who to call. And I thought for a minute. I said, well, the only person I know in town is my realtor. So I called my realtor, and she said, calm down. Here's who you're calling tomorrow morning. And she found somebody for me and saved my life. And that is one of the experiences that the co-founders, I'm one co-founder, we had others who had these experiences where you sort of go to buy a home because you want that home and you want that experience and you want your family to be in a good environment, but you very quickly realize you have no idea what you're doing. And my realtor was such an asset to me, but there was nothing in place for her to keep being an asset for me years later, because 2 years later, the AC went out July 4th weekend. And I was in a panic. Who do I call? Right? So these situations happen over and over again. And it helped inform our decision to make Homekeepr as one of the core functionalities is a place where realtors can put together and keep and curify their list of their favorite home service pros and make that available to homeowners, not just that first night when the washing machine floods your brand new basement, but month 1, year 5, year 10. As I said, I'm in here 7 years. If there was a leak in my roof, I still don't know who to call. I'm not a roofer. I'm not in that business. I'm in the software business. And your clients are teachers, lawyers, doctors, professionals, ad execs, salespeople. They don't necessarily know. So Homekeepr is an attempt to keep all that value that you have and that you can bring to the table in front of the client and as part of their life forever. There's no reason for that to break off. And it doesn't require any additional effort because we do 80% of the work for you, if not more, because we've automated so much of what's going on here. So that's the context that I'm going to show you some of these tools. I'm going to go over Homekeepr now with you, the consumer experience, so to speak. Let me get a deck open here. Hold on one second. Forgive me. And here we go. Agent training. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to kick things off. So again, the idea here is we're helping clients branded by you. For those of you who've been following along, we recently merged with a company called Move Guru. Okay. If you've been a Homekeepr user previously, all it means is there's more, right? Nothing's been taken away. We've simply added good stuff to the system. We talked about what we're doing. We're trying to basically be a concierge service that you offer your clients so you can be helping them automatically in the background, right? You're off doing your next deal, closing your, bringing in your next client, putting out fires with these deals. Meanwhile, your book of business is growing because you're actually in touch on a value-added basis with more people. You're keeping those clients and sort of letting them sort of wash out over time as contact sort of drops off. We're trying to be the easy button for that. There may be people on this webinar in your office, you may be one of them, who is just fanatical about keeping in touch with every single person in their life, and networking is your life, and that's fantastic. Nothing can replace that hands-on, unique to you approach. But if you're looking for a way to accomplish a lot with a little effort, sort of hit the easy button, so to speak, for some of these things, we're here for you. We do a bunch of automated stuff that's very interesting, and I'll show you about it. We have lots of features. We have lots of ways for your clients to interact. There's a mobile app if they want that. There's a website if they want that. They can catch it on social media if they want that. They can go to your website. We have widgets for your website to make it more valuable if they want that, right? So we want to be as many places as we can Well, there's little work on your part so your clients can be where they want to be. We don't want to force them to do something. We want to just sort of naturally be there when the need arises. The client experience starts here. Moving concierge. You have a client, you worked hard, you got them to the closing table, they signed a contract, they're under contract to buy a home. Now they could really use some additional help because the fun really starts to get into a contract. Now you got to move the house. Now you got to pack everything up. You got to do all these different things. One of the things you got to do is set up services for your new home, right? So you got to call cable companies, insurance companies, internet companies, alarm companies, it's hours on the phone, dozens of phone calls, untold frustration. With Homekeeper's Moving Concierge, we boil the entire thing down to a single phone call, and it takes about 30 or 40 minutes, and we can get your client set up with everything. And it's branded by you. Okay? When we call the client, we say, hey, this is Tamara's Moving Concierge. This is Lynette's Moving Concierge. This is Heidi's Moving Concierge. How can we help? And we help them actually get these things set up. So why do you care? Well, we just talked about it. You're helping clients, obviously, right? And you're setting the stage for all the communication afterwards. So there's a context, right? When we send them a blog post about home ownership from you, it makes more sense because you're not just about the transaction anymore. You're about home ownership. You're about helping them with their home. And the moving concierge is the first part. We need basic information from the homeowner. This all can be done through Command now. Okay. There's an option to connect with Command, the integration we just launched. I'll talk to you about that in a little bit. Eventually, we need to get the client's name, email, phone, home address, and the move date. Why? Because that's how we can time everything up. That's how we can make sure everything fits together. And we can get them the discounts for Home Depot before they move. So if they're redoing things in their home, they can get the benefit of that. The day of the move, we send them a coupon for Papa John's Pizza. Why? Because the first night in the home, nobody cooks because the kitchen's not set up yet. The boxes are everywhere. You got to order pizza, right? It's little things, right? It's not any one thing. It's little things over time that are timed up, customized, and branded to you that are going to make you a part of their life in a real way and value added. We don't sell your data. We don't sell the client's data. When we talk about getting client data, your antenna should go up right away. Like, wait a second. What do you mean my client data? We've been working with Keller Williams for a bunch of years now. Never had a problem, never will, because we don't sell your client data. It's not our business model. It's not in our interest. That's not what we do, right? We're here to help you maintain relationships, not mess around with their information. The clients will also get discounts, right, from major retailers, as I mentioned to you. They'll get them starting before the move. It's a process that goes from 30 days before the move to 60 days after the move, to 30 and 70, 30 before and 70 after, right? And these discounts are timed up. They're from you, they're branded, and they're enormously helpful, right? Because they're pertinent to what that homeowner needs when they need it. Okay, now, once that's done, we get into some of the more customized features. What do I mean by that? When they're done with the moving concierge piece, they will be invited to Homekeeper and they will land on a page like this. And this is a page that is also used for your past clients and prospects, right? So we started off the conversation with a very narrow set of your clients, people about to move, because they have very specific needs. Now the experience broadens a bit because we're able to approach people who've already moved or a past client you've not spoken to in a year. You don't know where they are necessarily, but you know they own a home and they can begin to choose what they want to see, what they want to engage with. So for instance, they can jump in and find a home pro that you're recommending. This is your recommended list of vendors. And you'll notice they didn't have to create an account to do that. Some homeowners don't want to create another account. I don't blame them. There are a lot of accounts out there, right? Can they get value right as they need it without creating an account? Yes, they can go find a home service pro right here. If they do create an account, they're prompted to download the Homekeeper app, right? Now that they have an account, we actually have something we can offer them in terms of a logged in experience on the web or on the app. Here's an example of the app. You'll notice it's branded by you. It's got your picture, your logo, right? They can call you, email you, or refer you to a friend right from the homepage of the app. More branding for you. Great. Well, what's in it for the homeowner? Again, we talked about it. Here's that vendor list. Now you are in their pocket at all times. When something happens, boom, oh yeah, Homekeeper. I have a list of people here I can call. And it's important that it comes from you because it's not a list of strangers. Homeowners can go search for a list of strangers anywhere they want. Years ago, it was the Yellow Pages, right? Now it's Home Advisor, Angie's List, Google, Thumbtack, Porch, right? Strangers are everywhere. But when there's something that's important to you, you don't want a stranger, do you? You want a recommendation from someone you know and trust, which is you. That's why this vendor list is your vendor list, because that's who your clients care about. They don't care about Homekeeper, and nor should they. You're the one with the relationship. So happy days. Now they have this list of home service pros. They went through moving concierge. You invited them. Now what? Because if you think about it, they don't really need an architect every day, right? It's not an everyday thing or an every month or even an every year thing. So now the challenge is, what are we doing to stay in front of them long term? Two main things aside from the discounts I mentioned a little while ago. One are the maintenance reminders, and the other is the blogs. And we're on the home stretch here, by the way. All right, so just hang with me. We're going to do the maintenance reminders, then we'll do the blogs, and we'll go Q&A. Well, after we do the KW integration, which is just a minute or two. Maintenance reminders. In this app, as part of their account, they will get maintenance reminders once a month about their home. Here's an example. It's May, time to think about opening up your pool, right? May even start now, some places. You have what, why, and how, right? You have the vendors that you're recommending, and of course, you're branding. Hey, you're here to help, right? This is you offering this help. The better question sometimes is, how do we even know they have a pool to open up? Because they tell us about their home. They can fill out a quick survey about their home and tell us if it's a single family home, what the weather pattern is, what kind of cooling system they have, what kind of heating system they have, right? We get the basics about the home very quickly. We learn what the story is. And now, automatically, with no additional work by you, they've got a customized maintenance reminder list. From your perspective, it's a customized, branded drip campaign specifically for that client in their home. Okay? I'm just hitting highlights. There's more we can do, but let's just go over the highlights. That's the app. Notice no listings, no open houses, no just solds. It's not about you. It's branded by you, but it's about the homeowner. So now let's talk about the other piece. I talked about it, and we're on the home stretch, as I said. What are we doing to stay in front of your clients? And the most popular feature by far in our system with realtors are the blogs. Excuse me. This you're looking at here is the Homekeeper dashboard for realtors. When you log into Homekeeper, this is where you're going to land. And there's other goodies in there. I'm not going to go over all this. I just want to get right down here to the blogs. It says shareable blog content, which is a way to say in 3 words, which you could simply say with 1, blog. What can I tell you? Let me just explain what's happening here. The Homekeeper blog is something that we write automatically every week, twice a week. And it's about every facet of home ownership you could ever dream up. Okay, so you can see here, home improvement, HVAC, landscaping, painting, plumbing, smart home, on down the line, right? Everything you could ever think of. What's interesting about it, other than it's about home ownership, is that it's branded to you. Once you have your Homekeeper account, automatically, twice a week, every week, we are going to email you this blog. And it'll be about a different subject, surrounding home ownership, of course, and it'll be branded to you. That's why we email it to you, because the link is unique to you and the branding is unique to you. And what do you imagine the first thing every realtor does when they get it? They click the Facebook icon over here to share this on their Facebook business page. Why? Because you need to have content. You got to be on social media, coming up with fresh content that's really relevant and really good consistently. You might find it's very difficult or expensive. It's hard to do this, especially if you're busy doing a million other things like helping clients get a new home. I mean, this is tedious stuff. We're doing that for you. It's done. You have content. You sign up for Homekeeper, you have content coming to you. Your clients, I just sort of veered into the realtor experience, back to the client experience. The clients that you invite to Homekeeper will automatically get this blog once a month. So we look back over the last 30 days. and we say, okay, which one was the best performing one? And that's the blog we send to your clients. Okay? So it's a content solution for you. Now, on top of all this, I'm sort of going to go a little further down the road in terms of complexity, but it's so popular, I want to show you. The number one thing realtors started to ask us after using the blogs for a week or two is there a way I can just get this thing automatically posted to my Facebook business page? And the answer is yeah, it can be totally automated. If you go to once you have your Homekeepr account, you get your Homekeepr account first. Once you have it, you go to m.me/Homekeepr, sign up. I mean, it's just going through a couple of steps on Messenger. When you're done, the blog will be automatically posted to your Facebook business page every week, twice a week. Done and dusted. You have a content solution every week for your Facebook business page. Can you go back and add more? Can you write your own content, post your own posts? Absolutely. Nothing prevents that. But in one of those weeks where things went a little nuts and you had to deal with a million things, not to mention your family or who knows what else, you can just relax for a minute and know your Facebook business page is alive with fresh content about homeownership that's branded to you. Last thing I'll say about blogs before I go over the KW Command integration. You can add this to your KW Command website. Your KW Command website can have the Homekeepr blog on it, which means your KW Command website always has fresh content about homeownership that's branded to you. I can't do much more easy button than this. Automatic blog on your website, done and dusted. Full of content branded to you. If someone clicks on one of these blog posts, you can see this realtor, I believe her name is Lisa. There's Lisa's branding right there on the website. That's it. You now added content to your website. You now have a reason for homeowners to come back to your website after the sale, right? It's something for engagement, also to round out your brand, sort of continue to indicate that you're a resource and expert on homeownership. All right, I hit the highlights there on the Homekeepr system. I can see that there's some chat here. Let me open that up first. I didn't see any questions. Oh, great. Okay, so you have some comments in there. Before I get into how to get started with KW Command, let me just pause and ask if there are any questions about what I've showed you so far. Anything you guys want to ask there? No?
You guys make sure you unmute yourself and ask questions.
Yep, good. Just jump in, raise your hand. I can call on you, whatever you want to do.
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
What if you only want to use just the blog content? Can you do that?
When you say just use the blog content, what do you mean?
Well, you don't want to use any of the other things available on the website for now. You just want to jump in and use the blog stuff.
Yeah, I'll show you how to create your Homekeepr account, and then you can just never invite anybody and just get the blog sent to you.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. What else, guys? Anything else? All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to jump into the KW Command integration. This section of the webinar is going to take longer to talk about than it will take to actually do it on your part. If you jump into this thing, you'll see it'll be over before I'm done talking. Okay, so let me talk about this piece of it, the KW Command integration. As I talked about the easy button thing, here's the story. In Family Reunion this year, virtually with the virtual conference, I've been to Family Reunion live and Mega Camp live a bunch of times. It's a shame we couldn't do it live this year. I really look forward to getting back into it and seeing everybody the next time we do one in person. Hopefully it won't be too far off. But here's the thing, virtually this year, we released this integration in KW Command. If you search for Homekeepr in your KW Marketplace, you'll find us, and there'll be a button. You can see this arrow here. It's pointing to try the free edition. Look, it's just a turn of a phrase. It can be confusing. There is no free edition versus paid edition. There's only one edition, and it's free. It's just free. So if you get started, don't let that bother you. And they continue with this language. When you're checking out, you have to purchase a plan for $0, which is the same as free. There's no upgrade. There's no fees anywhere. It's just how the marketplace phrases it. You'll place the order, and when you're done, you'll click Go to My Apps. And then you'll go to your apps. I mean, this is going to happen very quickly. Again, you'd have been done by now if you started the whole thing when I started talking. You need to do this whether or not you have a Homekeepr account. So Tamara, for you, if you already have a Homekeepr account, you want to use the blogs, don't take another step. You don't have to do anything else. If you want to create a Homekeepr account for the first time, you got to go through this and click on Homekeepr, and then you'll create an account here. So everybody should be on the same page here, more or less, whether you have an account or not. You start here, and if you have a Homekeepr account already, we'll log you right into Homekeepr. The one difference is if you're using a different email address for Homekeepr than KW Command, we're not going to recognize you, and we're going to ask you to onboard into Homekeepr. Don't worry about it. If you change your email address to your connected email address, we'll log you into Homekeepr here. And at the end of all of it, if there's confusion or anything goes wrong at all, you email support@homekeepr.com. and we will connect everything for you in the back end. So fear not, just plow through. And if you think you have an account and it wants you to create an account, that's fine. Just go through it and say, hey, I think I have an account. Can you connect them? And we'll connect them for you, okay? But if you don't have an account, you'll just be here. You'll be onboarded into Homekeepr. This also is very simple. It's your contact information. It's a headshot and a logo, so we can do the branding, and you're done. Really, it's lickety split, honestly. And then you're set. And now, if you went through this process, Homekeepr and Command are connected. The reason it's connected, okay, is that over the years now, for many years, we've been using Homekeepr with Keller Williams. Agents kept asking us, I have to enter my client into my CRM, Command, and then I have to go to Homekeepr and enter my clients again. Can't I do it in one place and have it be done? And that's what we did. So we're now integrated into Command. So all you have to do is enter your client into Command, and they'll be automatically invited to Homekeepr. But, Tamara, I'm talking to you here, you can opt them out. They do not have to get this. You can opt out anybody you want. In addition, this is where you can send them to Moving Concierge. So if you have a client who's going under contract and you put them in Command and we send you the email saying, hey, tomorrow we're going to email Fred Smith here, you may say, well, Fred Smith actually just went under contract. I want to send him to Moving Concierge. Here's where you do it. And I had this question earlier. I want to be super clear about this. You can always do this yourself. You can do it manually. You go to Homekeepr. I'm going to sign into the demo account here again. Sorry, I have to sign in again. Here we go. I feel like the landscapers in my area know when I'm in a webinar. They fire up the leaf blower right in the middle of a webinar every time. Yesterday, I had a delivery guy and my dogs were outside who are harmless, but he doesn't know that. They go nuts. The poor guy's terrified. Working from home has its limits. I'm just saying it has its limitations, that's all. So here we are. I was talking about the idea that in the Homekeepr dashboard, you always have the option to go to the important links section and sort out the Moving Concierge piece yourself. You do not have to rely on the automated version of it. You can just go here, send this link to a client, it's branded to you. In fact, you can put this in social media. You can do, all these assets are yours to do with what you want. You can fill this out for your client. You do not have to rely upon the automated system. The automated system is there because it's easier for the majority of agents. But there's always a couple people who want to handle it themselves, and that's fine. You can knock yourself out. Be as customized and specific as you want. Nothing prevents that. But if you want just the easy piece and the automation, we do that as well. So just to reiterate, clients that are added to Command are automatically invited to Homekeepr unless you opt them out. Always your option to opt them out. Okay, so that's always something you can do. That's really it, everybody. That's the whole presentation. Q&A, I've not seen additional, let me see here, maybe there's one here. Can you show opt out? Okay, so there you go, opt out. I showed the opt out is now clear, right? Did I answer that question?
And what are the steps that we go through to opt the client out? I guess I didn't get that part.
So you'll get an email that says what you see here on the screen. Can you see the screen?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And there's an opt-out invitation email. Just click that little red button right there, and they're opted out. So when you get the email, so
Cool.
what we do is we check the database every day, and we check who you added yesterday, because we want to give you time, right? So whoever you added yesterday, we're going to email you about today, and then you have 24 hours to opt them out. And if you do opt them out, you can still go decide to opt them in later. It's not permanent. You can log into Homekeeper and you can see, invite your command contacts to Homekeeper. That contact will still be in that waiting room, so to speak.
Okay.
You can say, okay, I didn't want to opt them out until whatever. I spoke to them, or I want to think about it, or whatever your reason is. You don't have to provide a reason. It's just up to you.
Right.
And then you say, okay, now they're ready to opt in. Now I'm going to go invite them.
Awesome. And so then they just get one email a month. Is that correct?
The clients?
Yes.
The clients get the blog post once a month.
Got it.
If they set up a Homekeeper account, they'll get the maintenance reminders as well.
Right. Cool.
All right. And if they go through Moving Concierge, they get the discount emails as well.
Got it.
All right. How are we doing
Super cool.
on other questions, everybody? What can I go over for you guys? Nothing? All right.
No
Fair enough.
questions?
All right. It's no problem. Conversation is not over when we hang up here. I'm going to type in support@homekeepr.com. We have a team standing by. They monitor that email live in East Coast time. Always happy to help. Realtors are our business. My pleasure, Tamara. No problem. Happy to be here. We are here to help you guys. That's our business. So if there's anything else we can do for you, you'll let us know. All right.
Dave, thank you so very much for joining us today and giving us all this insight. I love this. What a fun tool to work with. So thank you.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me. Is there anything else you need? Just let me know.
We will. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to take off then, guys.
Have a great rest
Luck
of your
out
day.
there. Be well. Thanks for having me. We'll see you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was super cool, and I'm gonna connect my Homekeeper. So who else is with me?
I would love to let everybody know that I've done this step. I love it. I don't have it automated because I enjoy being able to kind of choose and tweak those blogs around, but they're on my website automatically there. And I think it's neat how you can, use that as the time to say to people, hey, check out my blog and send that link. It's just another one of those little things you can do. And I use it on social media all the time. And it's really fun because like he showed us how you can just click the Facebook button and it shares, and you can add other elements to that post as well. And they can click on the link. So I love it.
That's awesome. So Lynette, do you get any comments or feedback or anything on those posts?
Yeah, it really just depends on what the content is. Like they've had some really cool stuff about smart doorbells and how to integrate. And I was able to kind of add to their blog, not within the body of it, obviously, but just in my text on my post, right? And yeah, it's just really fun. You can be dynamic about it. And you can also just share it to you could share it to 5 people on your Facebook page if it's just really something that is specific to some people, right?
Yeah. How cool. All right. I love that. Anybody else have any comments about Homekeeper? Tammy, are you using it?
I am not using it right now, but I did start off using it. The blog post feature saves a ton of time if you're not into blogging. I think that that's something that it's an asset. It keeps your website refreshed and keeps it higher ranking on the SEO. So yeah,
So
I might go back and revisit it though.
Are you?
Mhm.
Cool. Well, so we don't have anything else planned after this for today because we weren't really sure how long David was going to take. So we are going to give you some time back. And there is one request that I have for you, and that is I've got a poll on our Facebook, and I think some of you have already responded to it, but those of you who haven't, it would be super helpful if you would just take a second. I'm looking for a topic that you want to learn about inside of tech. And so I gave some suggestions, and you are welcome to add your own. So if you would give us your feedback on that, that would be really helpful for us. Other than that, we don't have much happening except a gloomy day outside and yuck. And I wish that our weather would be like real spring, like sun.
I think sun's coming Saturday. Sun's coming Saturday.
Yay! Yay!
Yay.
One last reminder, Red Day is May 13th. Don't forget. We posted on our Facebook page the flyer. If you want that flyer branded to you, please send an email to frontdesk89@kw.com, and Bailey can let you know what she needs from you so that she could put the branding on there and send it back so that you can use that for your clients. So anything else? Donna, do you have anything real quick?
No, not today.
Cool. All right, you guys. Well, I am giving you back 25 minutes of your day.
I'll take it.
Awesome. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Have
Amy.
a great day.